You know, I was sitting here, I was like, man, I want to record a video, but I have nothing to talk about. And then I was trying to think, think of things that I've been consuming in the media, or consuming like all these like, worldly things, or global things that are happening, or just things in the news, whatever it is, or like anything that I consume, like anything interesting. And then I realized that what I should talk about is that I don't want to talk about anything. Like, more like I have nothing to talk about, and that's okay. And I think it's probably because I haven't spent a lot of time with myself today. Because I do have a lot to talk about, but once again, it's the idea that this phone, or like technology or whatever, is like, I don't know, some sort of portal, some sort of alchemist, right? Because I think what the phone wants me to talk about is like, I'm not even gonna say it, right? All the stuff we watch in the media, like what is the TV telling me to think, right? What is my phone telling me to think and telling me to talk about? Like, what are the present day, like what is the 1 hour news cycle that I could hit on and use so that I can make content on it? Like, nah, like, because my, like, even thinking about talking about any of those things that I've been watching today or whatever the last week, it's like I don't care to talk about those things because it's faux pas, or it's like all of it is like engagement farming, or like Beatty, like all this shit is never gonna be talked about again, and in the coming weeks, you'll never hear about it again. A year from now, someone's gonna be like, "Oh, remember when this happened?" Like, I think that's more sort of like a push of like I need to like go about actually experiencing life, and I've really been thinking about having like a full like detox from all of this, because I'm tired of the phone telling me what to think about, the phone telling me what should be on my mind, like, and I was someone said something interesting, was like, things have changed where it's like, where it's no longer like the powers that be, or like it's no longer about fear mongering, it's just making people mad. And I've noticed that, like, I'm just mad all the time, and a lot of it has to do with this shit. And then I make up like conversations in my head that I could possibly have with people that I'm never gonna have, and just getting mad about myself, matter. And I want to like just disconnect fully, not by like not making videos, but like get back to, like what Dexter said in the show Dexter. He says, I'm feeling like my old self again, rejuvenated. You know, I want to get back to that. And I think, like, the longer I spend time looking at this screen or like scrolling on these apps, it's like obviously the less time I spend with myself. And I could like sit there and feel good about myself, like, oh, I'm learning so much, or I wouldn't know about these things if I didn't have my phone, or da da da. But at the same time, it's like, am I doing anything productive with any? And I know life's not about productivity, but it's like, is anything good coming from me consuming any of this? And the answer is no. It's like, you know, I think that the thing that's brought me the most sustenance, consumption wise, was me and Julianne. We watched this video of this man in Virginia or Vermont. He was videoing his day in the life of farming, and like stuff like that. Like, people really, living real life. And so I don't know. I think I want to disconnect, and I just want to like respect my phone for what it is. And it's like a portal in which I can't really choose the destination of where the portal takes me, right? Like, that's already chosen by the algorithms, or the tech bros, right? Because I'm like, so many times I'm scrolling, I'm like, why am I even why none of this is making me feel good? Why am I even reading this? Why am I like, I'm just getting upset? Like, why am I even looking at this? And I'm like, but that's the exact point. Like, that's what the purpose of these things are, is to like upset you. And like, I just want to, I think I'll have a lot more to say in these videos if I spent more time with myself, because I find myself to be far more interesting than anything I can read, or just like, not me, just like, humans in general are far, like, the conversation you have with the homeless guy or the unhoused man could be far more interesting than the little engagement farming things you read on fucking X, or right. And I don't know. I want to go experience things, you know. Like Jamil just came back from the Dominican. He had so many stories to tell. You know, so much happened. Like, so, you know, in the couple days he was there, he had, you know, a million things to say, right? And it's like, in the last year of me being here, how much do I have to say, right? And the last year of me playing video games, or like consuming my phone, like what do I have to say? Like what esoteric knowledge do I have to share? What cool tidbits about my life do I have to share? And it's like nothing really. And so I want to I think I'm gonna disconnect. I think I'm just gonna delete everything and get back to the truth, which is like getting back to my, like, I really love to be well read, and I want to be well read. I have all the books in the world to be well read in. I just need to read them, right? And it's like, it's about tapering off and like slowing back down, you know, because everything's all like, and it's about like I want to go back and slow down, because also like time dilation is real, and no kidding, bro. I think social media is like a time machine, in a way that's like, it dilates time. Like all of a sudden it's like October again. You're like, what? And then meanwhile the whole like last 10 months, all that's been happening is just like spending, you know, 8+ hours a day scrolling on your phone, like consuming things that you're never gonna retain. Like just like, you know, like it's just like in and out, a bunch of bullshit, just filling your mind with bullshit. And that's like, you know, I want to go back to slowing down time, because, you know, we are in control of time. We're in control of our reality. What I mean that is like, when I you know, put this away and I just sit there and I spend time with my dog, you know, or whatever it is, boredom comes quickly, right? And it's an interesting thing. It's like almost like, you know, when you were bored in the classroom, and then you would check, you know, when you had a class that you didn't really like in school, and then you would just always look at the clock and it would be moving so slow. Well, that could be used for like good, and that could be used in your life to like really slow down your day and make it, just kind of squeeze your day for everything that it has to offer, you know, because once again, life is just one really prolonged day that you know, choose either to keep doing the same shit over and over again, or you change and you pivot. And yeah, I want to slow down, grab, you know that song. But, you know, like you know, one of the happiest moments of my week is going on the farm, without my phone, without anything, just being with the soil. I go out there and I talk to the plants. For all you that have never talked to a plant, dude, it's not crazy. Go talk to a tree. They'll talk back to you, like in their own way. And that's gonna sound, I'm not like, that's gonna sound crazy, but, you know, there's plenty of times I've been out in the woods where there's, you know, there's no wind, and I just like, I talk to a tree, you know, I kind of pet it, its leaves, you know. And if it's like a branch that's like way up here, and I'm like, hey, come on, hey buddy, how you doing? Like, give me a little tap, and it'll come down and hit my head. But that's the only branch that'll do it. You'll look around, the rest of the forest is still, you know, because obviously this is not a crazy thing. I think trees are sentient, water is sentient, and like, is a tree in a rush? Does like ooh, because I was thinking about this earlier. Is like, trees, like especially in the South, have witnessed so much atrocity. Like a weeping willow, right? Like so many trees have watched and been there for so much stuff, and have been used. Trees have been used to, like, in bad ways, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna be further on that story, right? But the thing is, like, how can I be a tree? How can I slow down enough where I plant my feet in the ground and just, like, you know, like, it's not about avoiding boredom. Like, boredom is okay, but it's like, it's about rewiring my brain where boredom isn't like this thing to ignore, or like, you know what I mean? And I think when I was on a cruise a couple months ago, my sister said something interesting to me. She's like, I realized I have a phone addiction. She's like, because for the first time ever, without my phone, when I've just sit here, I've been so bored. But through that boredom has like came inspiration. And she's like, all of a sudden, sorry. She's like, all of a sudden I want to get back into doing music and getting back into doing, you know, like learning like sleight of hand and magic, and learning how to speak Spanish. And like, bro, she just, I think she's almost finished like creating a whole album. You know, not for anyone. I don't know if she's gonna post it, but really for herself, just as a creative project. And I think that's what it is. It's like the most fruitful thoughts we have, and the most profound things that we can think. Or what they call them, downloads from the source. Or messages from God, right? Ideas from God, like that can only happen when you're still enough. And I don't know if this is purposeful or not, or this is just how the world is, but clearly, the the point of the world is keep going, push, you never have enough time. It's so interesting. You never have enough time to sit here and to be by yourself. Of course I do right here on a Sunday, but plenty of people don't have this privilege to sit here. They might be working in their other job. I know Jamil's at work right now. He's not sitting here, in the rain, sitting in the rain, trying to ponder things. And it's working all, probably 10 hours, at least 40 hours a week for that, plus commute. And then plus if you have children, plus you got to feed yourself, plus you got to find time to work, all these things. And yet all those things, and yet a lot of time something that's never been prioritized is just sitting by yourself, or sitting with God, however you want to perceive it. And I think a lot of times in my life I've been why can't I hear the voice of God? Or, well, where are you at, bro? But it's well, how is he gonna talk to me? When is he gonna send me a message that I'm gonna be that's from him? When have I ever been still enough to hear that? In what's the word for this? In all the in between times, let's say I'm walking from my desk to the bathroom, instantly on my phone, pull up something. I'm walking from my desk downstairs, on my phone. I'm walking from the kitchen to let the dog out back. I'm on my phone. All these transitional periods, these minor transitional periods, or any time where I should just be walking normally, or just going about my day without anything. I'm now like a zombie, I'm now that from SpongeBob, when all hail Plankton, when they all have the cones over their head. That's how I am. And I really wish, I think I can I don't know, fix that. Because, dude, look how beautiful it is. Dog scratching ear. It's why can't I just sit here and find enjoyment in the privilege that I'm boredom is a privilege, right? And I should understand that and not take it for granted. I should allow myself to be bored as much as possible, because through that boredom I might come up with good ideas. I might not. I might just spend time with myself. But it's if I have all these parts of me, let's imagine this, how I always talk about in my therapy, internal family systems. Let's say I got this little, my teenage self, my childhood self, my baby self. All these parts are inside of me, and I'm giving them no time. I'm not spending any time with them. And that's why a lot of times traumatic responses will come out, or I'll go back to addiction, or I'll be mad, or I'm triggered, or just trauma responses come out. But a lot of that has to do with me just not spending time with those parts, or spending time with me, and always being in a rush. And so yeah, man, I think we should just spend more time with each other. I'm trying to slow down, bro. I gotta be the tree. You think that tree is oh, woe is me, bro, I wish I could be the humans and be on my phone. Definitely not, bro, because the tree is courageous enough to get wet by the rain. And that's another thing. I heard, there's this saying, I like the rain, but I don't like to get wet, bro. The tree is courageous enough to get wet. We like to enjoy the rain, the ambience that it brings, but we don't want to touch it. And you guys can pull whatever meaning out of that you want, and that could mean whatever it is. That could mean a lot of different things, but for me, it's more so, it means I don't know, yeah, we just don't want to get touched by the rain, But the rain is rejuvenating. The rain helps the tree grow, bro. The tree and the plants and the grass, they're courageous, bro, because they're also in no rush, and they don't care how many times they're chopped down. They don't care how many leaves fall. It doesn't bother them, when a couple leaves fall off of it, it's not oh my god, this is they don't catastrophize. You think that tree with all these leaves, bro? You think all these leaves, Look at all the leaves on the ground, bro. I don't know if you can see, but like that, it's not catastrophizing. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna grow another one, and I'm gonna get bigger, I'm gonna get stronger. But it doesn't even think that either. It doesn't think about past. It doesn't think of the past or the future, and it doesn't, you know, ruminate and catastrophize. It just like, it just is, and it's just like, how do I get to that? How do I is? How do I just get to I am? I am what I am. You know what I'm saying? From that's in the Bible, but yeah, I think that's what I've been thinking about. This is crazy. See what I mean? Like I literally started the video being like, I have nothing to say, and here we are, 15 minutes later, 16 minutes later. But I don't know. I want to get back to doing things that are like good for my soul. And I'm already slowly getting there, but just continuing to like, bro, like, I need to stop letting my heart get controlled by this thing, you know, and the things I read on this thing, and the portal, bro, that it brings me in the portal into this e world where, like, you know, you're constantly just like in echo chambers, like no matter what, you know, where you sit on anything, you're just in an echo chamber. And if you're not in an echo chamber, you know, and you're seeing disagreement, then you might be in a different, like you're always in some sort of echo chamber. Like that is what the algorithm is, right? That's what everyone's, you know, For You page is. And it's almost like we've outsourced our brains, and it's kind of sad. Like, and we've said no. Like we have solved the most complex issue in the world, which is like the existentialism that like you feel from like, what is my purpose? What am I here to do? Like all that, you know, what are the answers to all these like incredibly complex questions? And we've outsourced that to our phones and been like, think for us. We don't want to think about this anymore. Like I don't want to. I don't, all those transitional periods I was talking about, like walking from my desk to my bathroom, instead of like having those 2 seconds to be like, I'm a human. Oh wait, or just letting myself like sit in boredom. I go right to here. I'm outsourcing my boredom. I'm outsourcing my mind, and we're getting to a scary place, especially when you know, like the metaverse comes, or like, you know, augmentation comes, or like, you know, virtual reality comes. So I mean, we're getting to a scary place where people are going to outsource their souls. I mean, we've already done it, kind of. I don't know. It's not to be doomsday. I'm not making this video to be doomsday. I'm just more so like, I'm hopeful. I think the pendulum's gonna swing back where people are just like, wait, none of this is giving me any satisfaction. None of this is, and especially like if you go to travel to like, you know, countries where they value family, right? You go to these countries and you're like the things that are important to people outside of America is very interesting, because then it makes you look back at America, like, why is it, our value is on productivity, and we place our value on productivity and output. It's like these other countries, you know, they're placing value on like family. Like here, it's weird if you live with your parents. They're like, bro, over there, it's like you live with your family, like you take care of your family, like, you know what I mean? So I don't know. All this to say is this: I have hope. I think pendulum will swing back. I think people are just kind of tired of this. Tired of being upset. And I hope more people wake up to this. But there's always awakenings. I mean, there was a mass awakening in 2008, in 2001, in 2012. It seems like every 4 years there's like kind of like this, like more people kind of wake up, and you're like, you know. Anyways, I don't want to get on that tangent. More so just, I want to be like a tree, bro. Certain that I'm going to grow, and never fearful when I lose a leaf. And also, like very patient. And okay just sitting there and putting its roots. Like, bro, I was in the woods and I seen like this big tree. Its branch went back into the ground and created another root. And you think about the Amazon rainforest, some of those trees are just one tree. Like some of those mile long freaking plots of land, the square 1 square mile, a lot of times it could be just one tree. And you're like, that's what I want to be. Like, just sprouting life, being like this, almost like this beacon of life, where I got ants living inside of me. I got the birds coming to me. The butterflies are here. I'm sustaining life. I'm providing oxygen. Like, I admire trees, bro. Sorry, this whole tangent meaning, I didn't mean to talk about trees for this long, but it's like, they're beautiful, man. So go talk to a tree, bro. Just put your hand on it and get barefoot. Ooh, the Schumann resonance, bro. The heartbeat. The thing about, just go research the Schumann resonance. Schumann, I think it's SCHU resonance, and it's like the electromagnetic frequency of the Earth, almost like the heartbeat of Earth. And you can connect to that because we are all electromagnetic beings. Like, this is not like some conspiratorial thing. Like, we all have an electromagnetic frequency, and you can connect back to the Earth, bro. Just like the tree, bro. Go put your feet in the grass. Like, that's a really great way to ground yourself when you're like really anxious or whatever. Like, I remember I was having a panic attack a couple weeks ago, and I was gonna throw up, and I was like on my walk in the woods. Rather than throwing up, I took my shoes off and dug my feet in the grass, and it cessated. The panic attack cessed. Schumann frequency, bro. I don't know. Anyways, sorry, this is kind of long and rant, but hey, once again, thank you all for supporting me. Like, even when I went so long with getting like no views. Like, this one view means so much to me, bro. Like, one person singing it, well, besides Jamil, one person other than Jamil, it makes me really happy. And especially when I get comments, and especially like, I don't know, like, I'm becoming who I would want to be, who I've always wanted to be, and I'm proud of myself. And I think this channel is gonna turn into something. I mean, it's already something beautiful, but it's gonna continue to grow. And I think, in a weird way, I'm gonna become that tree, but online, like on this YouTube. Like, how many roots can I plant? How many seeds can I plant? How many branches can I grow? And how much oxygen and light and life can I provide to the people? And that's what I want. It's always been my dream, and I see my dream coming true. So thank y'all. So guys, girls, gays, queers, they, them, these are anyone, anyone. Have a blessed rest of your Sunday. And yeah, I hope to see you guys tomorrow on a beautiful Monday. Toodaloo. Scatabo is crazy.